Cataclysm Classic is now live in all regions. That's right. So if you want to relive the days of playing Cata, fighting Deathwing and all, you're going to get your chance to do that. Rise of the Zandalari will drop on July 20, 2024.
You fucking bitch. This is what I get for trusting you. No, I'm not doing this.
Yeah, evidently I'm a bitch. Rage of the Firelands will drop in October, and then Hour of Twilight will drop in January of 2025. So there you go, laying out Cataclysm once again. Live out your nostalgic Cataclysm dreams if anybody has nostalgia for Cataclysm. The frogs have caused controversy. Yes, yesterday I talked about it, the frog, event, whatever you want to call it, the frog exploit. People are passionate about it. It is over. It has ended. So how do you make bronze now? What is the best way? Well, it's time to start killing goats. The most popular alternative right now is slaughtering goats in Stouthelm Shorghan. Oh my god, I just about said that wrong completely. In the north section of the Valley of the Four Winds. So there is a specific way to do this, and basically if you do it correctly, you will cause them to hyperspawn. These goats hyperspawning can lead to about half or 3/4 as much bronze as you were making off the frogs, but you will not get the lesser charms of good fortune. There's no way to bring that back, okay? It's gone. It is what it is. We're just gonna have to deal with it. But here it is. If you can get a group of people in each of these spots, or at least one person in each of those spots, and kill all the goats, they will begin to hyperspawn. You can essentially form a group here or a small raid and basically level yourselves up like crazy through the bronze system, just going through and killing all these goats over and over. That is currently the best way to get bronze in Pandaria, or the best exploit, I guess. So do it until it's gone, because there was another way, and that was the Dalaran sewers. If you're not aware of this, Horde players evidently were able to go into the Dalaran sewers with the quest. It starts in the sewers. This basically made them able to kill Alliance guards, leading them to hyperspawn. But that has been hotfixed out of the game. Yes, the fun police are here. Blizzard's going to find your shit and delete it. And they did with this as well. They no longer hyperspawn, so you can no longer do the sewers thing. So really, you got to kill the goats, boys and girls. Your hatred for goats has to be exponential. You have to get in there and kill them. This is still the best way. The sewers is no longer available. That has been deleted. And obviously the frogs of yesterday are a thing of yesterday. One fix that they have put into the game is the Amber Pterodax. So if you hadn't gotten in there, I should say Pterodax. The P is silent. This amount was not available for some reason. People were buying it, and when you tried to click it to add it to your collection, it said this spell is not available to you. Well, that has been fixed out, so now you don't have to worry about it anymore. If you have the mount already, it's been retroactively fixed, and if you're going to purchase the mount in the future, it's good. You can use it. So get in there and go ahead and click on that thing. Get it riding. There have been also exploits to the real game. Yes, the real game itself. Retail WoW is not immune to challenges. Yeah, so it looks like people have been able to exploit the real game in a fun and interesting way. So basically, Shadow Priests are able to psychic link things, right? Causing damage to go from one thing to another. People were using critters, because critters evidently take an exorbitant amount of damage. They would hyperlink to critters, psychic link to critters, cause a ton of damage to the critter, leading to one-shots of mobs in even plus 19 dungeons. So they were able to do this and essentially just go through dungeons, one-shotting mobs by psychic linking with critters. Well, it's been fixed. Yeah, the fun police are here once again. Blizzard came in and hotfixed this little thing. So unfortunately for all the Shadow Priests that were using psychic link in this way, you can no longer do so. It's probably kind of fun. You know, some people get upset when people find game-breaking shit, but I'm not going to lie. This is probably fun if you ever did figure it out. And you went around and exploited it for a little bit, hey, why not? You know it's going to get banned eventually. You know that thing's going to, the hammer's going to come down and they're going to hotfix it. But hey, for those of you who got to do it while it was live, that's nice. That's nice. I'm glad you got to have some fun. But the fun police, again, have laid down the hammer, and this will no longer work. Blizzard did announce more level 70 changes coming to MOP Remix. So along with all, you know, the ending of the frogs and all that, a lot of people were complaining, talking about Endgame right now, Mists of Pandaria Remix, and how they just feel like it needs more, maybe a little bit less tuned, highly tuned, maybe things shouldn't be the way they are, maybe loot should be a little bit easier to get. These were some of the comments I was seeing, and Blizzard responded, saying, "Time Runners, we hear you. The team is currently focused on making level 70 gameplay more rewarding. More details to come soon. So this just goes back to the old adage here that Blizzard's been listening to feedback. They have been. So they're going to work on the end game, it looks like, for MOP Remix. Now, just remember, I feel like people are getting a little bit too into this and believing like this is supposed to be a real end game. It's not. This is a progression system where you can level up characters quickly and get through a fun event, which will eventually transfer you into retail WoW. So I think people are getting a little bit too passionate about endgame MOP Remix right now. I understand the desire to be able to get items. That's fine. I totally get that. And it should be easier to get right now, considering the amount of hours people are putting in to grind out these mounts and gear. Should be a little bit easier, especially with the bronze fixes gone now, with the frog farm and everything else. Hopefully they come up with cool new ways to earn bronze and make things a little bit easier for people at cap level to unlock all of the things they want to unlock before the event is truly over. WoW Remix tuning and adjustments for Sunday, May 19th. We've talked about some of this, but this is the overall summary here. Enemy power scaling, particularly in group content, has been adjusted to be less aggressive. Gear drop rates have been increased from from world rares, rare elites, and quests, so that's good. We're getting more gear and things are less hard. That's kind of the direction that a lot of these fixes are going. For the first time bonus for queuing for LFR, Thread of Experience, in addition to existing lesser bronze caches, so that's nice. You're going to get more for doing that first LFR. We've added bonus experience to each boss in normal dungeons and scenarios, making it more viable to basically level up through dungeons rather than questing, especially on your alts that supplement your alts, which is nice once you have the cape all geared out and everything. They've increased the number of prismatic gems dropped from bosses in normal and heroic scenarios and dungeons, and they've increased the amount of bronze granted in all quantities. We talked about this yesterday, by 25%. So Blizzard's really trying to fix things in a direction that make things more easy to get, more bronze, easier to level up, and easier to basically play in the end game with scaling taken down a little bit. Yeah, if you look at logs, there were groups with 2 priests clearing 20 pluses. That is insane. That is insane. These fixes are always funny when they do finally come in, and seeing people exploit the game in a funny way. Again, one of the reasons why I liked End of BFA was just the insane exploits coming from all of the corrupted powers and shit like that. So it's kind of fun to see this stuff. I don't take it too seriously, and eventually it's going to get hotfixed. As for the frog farm, there are still a lot of people really butthurt about this. I'm not going to lie. You're just going to have to kill goats. What else are you going to do?